Hey everybody, welcome to the Real Show Barbecue. I've smoked many briskets over the years, but today, is this going to be the best brisket I've ever had? Stay tuned. The brisket we're featuring today comes from Wilder's, right out of Clayton, North Carolina, here in Eastern North Carolina. Some beautiful, beautiful product they have sent me. They sent me this brisket as well as some ribs and also a pork butt that we'll be using on other videos. Let's take a look at this brisket. As you can see, there's some very, very nice marbling in here. I salt brined it overnight, which brings out that dark, dark color that you see. And it basically is going to help keep that moisture in. It pulls the moisture out and puts it right back in there, so we'll have even a more juicier brisket. But the Wagyu itself is going to have a very, very moist brisket as well. I've already trimmed it up. This is basically a brisket flat, and I didn't have to do a whole lot, and this is not a competition, so just basically trimmed some of the silver skin off, and it looks very good from here. As far as the fat cap, didn't have to do a whole lot, very, very minimum on that as well. Let's go ahead and get this seasoned up. Two products we're going to be using today are from right here in Eastern North Carolina by Smoky Bones, cattle dust, and also their Carolina grind. The Carolina grind is an all-purpose, but it does have a hint of jalapeno in there, not too bad. But you can taste it just a bit. So we're going to go ahead and get these layered up. A little bit of olive oil on this, not a whole lot. Again, when you're dealing with Wagyu, it's got a lot of that marbling already in there, so it's got a lot of fat, period. And that fat basically almost just melts just from you're touching it with your hands. So it doesn't take a lot to get this rendered. Again, the fat cap doesn't have a whole lot on it. So we're gonna season the fat cap side first. We get a layer of the Carolina grind on there first. You might be able to see there's some of that green in there. It's probably got some parsley and so forth like that. Good layer. Of course, we want to do our sides. Let's turn this around. Now our layer of the cattle dust. Okay, we got this side pretty good. Now we're going to just kind of pat it in a little bit. And then we're going to flip it over and we're going to do this side. All purpose first, Carolina grind. If you're ever doing a brisket, most of them are a little thicker than this, but they can still take a lot of seasoning. We're going to be cooking old school today using our stick burner offset smoker from Lone Star Grills. Great company, show more section. If you're looking for a custom built, solid US built smoker, check them out. They've got a lot of products that you can choose from. Great customer service. Let's get you out there and take a look at what we're going to do to the smoker while we let the seasoning just sit here and sweat up on this meat, and we'll be ready to go. All right, we got the brisket on the Lone Star grills. I always use a pan. Well, I have been for probably the last year or so, just to kind of use for easy cleanup. Also, it'll collect drippings, so it's just a full pan with the brisket on a rack. And if we need to add some water or maybe some beef broth to keep it even moist, I don't think we will because of the Wagyu, but we'll keep an eye on it. We're gonna be trying to do, again, around 275 to 300. I like to cook hot and fast, and we'll monitor it. And when you get to about a 165 mark, we'll probably wrap it with some butcher paper at that time. We've been going about an hour and a half. I want to spray this with some beef broth. Kind of help set this bark up. We're right about 90 internal right now. Trying to keep this around 300 to 275. The weather's not really cooperating with me today, so I've been kind of fighting it a little bit. So we'll let this go until we get around 165, and I may spray it again before then. Okay, we are around 160 internal. I want to go ahead and take this off. We're going to wrap this in butcher paper. I've got a little bit of beef tallow. I want to put some of this down as well. Put a little bit on top of it. And then we're going to wrap this up and get it back on the smoker. Take and wrap it over once. And wrap it tight. I'm going to fold these edges over. Both sides, again, you want to get it tight as you can. Fold it over. Fold it over one more time. And then we can just kind of tuck this under as we've got here. And then we'll get this back on the smoker. All right, we got it back on the smoker. I'm gonna go ahead and put it back right here in the front of it where we had it before. See if I can get it kind of in the middle. See where we are now. And that's reading right around 160 is where we want it. We want to get this to about 205, 205, or till it's probe tender. We've been going right at 4 hours so far. Our brisket is finally ready. We cooked it for about six and a half hours. My temperatures kind of fluctuated a bit today. Kind of had a hard time with it because of the weather, rainy and cold and windy. So it kind of messed with my temperatures a bit. But let's go ahead and cut into this brisket now. Looks like there's plenty of juice in this. I'll go ahead and take this off. Oh man, I know this is going to be very, very juicy. See if we can do this without making too much of a mess. See if we can set this aside in our foil for now. Wipe my hands off a bit. And you can see that it shrunk up quite a bit. I got a grain on this way, so I think I can just kind of cut along where they've already cut it. I'm probably just gonna cut a little bit further in so we can kind of see where we're at. Let's go ahead and take care of this right quick. Across here. Oh yeah, no resistance whatsoever. Let's look at the smoke ring first. Look at that. Beautiful smoke ring, as you can see. Look at the juices coming out of this. Wow. Great, great product by Wilder's. Again, right here in eastern North Carolina, Clayton, North Carolina. Beautiful, beautiful smoke ring. I used oak today. Let's cut another one here. see? Very good. Let's do the pull test. Look at that. Just a little bit of that fat down there. Pulls apart without hardly any tug to it. Great, great flavors. Got some nice color, nice bark to it. Let's do a taste test. Beautiful piece. I can't get over how great of a smoke ring. Lone Star Grills did an awesome job as always. Very tender. Again, very, very juicy, moist. The flavors from smoking bones. You guys are great. If you're looking for a really good rub to use, these guys do competition, so they know what they're doing. Recommend getting in touch with them. Show More section will have all their information. Is this the best brisket I've ever had? Probably up there, one or two, maybe two, but I would not turn it away. Great, great, great flavor. Give this a try. If you want it, I try to do it around 275 to 300. I'm kind of a hot and fast guy. Putting that into the, after we get to 165, putting it into the butcher paper, a little bit of beef tallow. I just use regular beef tallow. You can use Wagyu tallow. That's kind of the secret I've heard that Texas uses. And wonderful. Let's look at the color again. The color is absolutely great. Very dark, got a nice sheen to it. You can do this for the whole brisket. Again, this was just a flat, but it is amazing. I could probably cut some, it's so tender, I could cut some of this flat up and make burnt ends if I wanted to. Thank you guys for being with us. As usual, we're all on Instagram, of course YouTube, TikTok. We're making some small videos and some clips there. Check us out there. And Roku's got some of my old videos on there. I haven't been putting anything on there for a while. But give us a follow. Share these videos out. Tell all your friends and family. We greatly appreciate your support as always. Until next time, God bless.